What is it?
Say,
What is it?
hey, why it's Buttercup. Popcorn and sweet green butter, too hot popcorn. Mix it up, wrap it up, Buttercup is born.
It's delicious.
So nutritious.
It's a taste delight.
It's so munchy,
Crisp and crunchy.
you'll enjoy each bite. Eat butter-drenched Buttercup popcorn at its best.
Served in a king-size cup.
It beats all the rest.
The next show will start in 8 minutes.
For refreshment. For your enjoyment, there's hot, fresh popcorn, tempting, delicious hot dogs, and so many kinds of ice cream. And of course, sparkling, delicious, ice-cold Coca-Cola for everybody at the refreshment counter now. Remember, your favorite snack will taste especially good with world-famous ice-cold Coca-Cola.
The next show will start in 7 minutes. The next show will start in 6 minutes. While you're relaxing and waiting for the next show to begin, visit our snack bar. The next show will start in 5 minutes. next show will start in 4 minutes.
You suppose there's time?
Sure, there's still time to visit our famed snack bar, where we offer a wide variety of good things to eat and drink to top off your evening. Want a suggestion? How about enjoying a treat we're famous for? A refreshing cup of smooth, chocolatey good Jubilee hot chocolate. Such a comforting, special kind of drink, and a favorite with folks of all ages. Hot chocolate goes down real easy this time of night, makes you feel warm and altogether wonderful. Bet you've never tasted hot chocolate quite as good as we make it. Enjoy a cup tonight.
Hot dogs with your favorite trimming for men and boys, girls and women. Dress them up to suit your taste. They're good. So good.
The next show will start in 3 minutes. The next show will start in 2 minutes. The next show will start in 1 minute.
Jim Rex? What's Jim Rex? Would you believe a movie audience guide presented as a public service by this theater's management to help you select your motion picture entertainment? Well, that's what it is. And we urge you to learn these rating symbols and use them as a guide for you and your family. G means suggested for general audiences, all ages. M, suggested for mature audiences, parental discretion advised. R, restricted, persons under 16 not admitted unless accompanied by parent or adult guardian. X, persons under 18 will not be admitted. This seal in advertising indicates that the film was approved under the Motion Picture Code of Self-Regulation.
Hi, folks. I'm Rico.
Oh, Nacho.
He's Peppy.
See?
You can find us at the concession stand in the lobby.
Along with all sorts of other tasty goodies.
See?
Rico's Nachos, a refreshingly new and different snack discovery. Chock full of high-quality ingredients, crisp, fresh tortilla chips, covered with creamy aged cheddar cheese, topped off with zesty jalapeno pepper rings. Rico's Nachos, out of sight.
Remember, folks, we're the new star at the snack bar, Rico's Nachos, a new taste treat you can't beat.
See?
Rico's Nachos, on sale at the snack bar now.
About to witness the takeoff of the first manned rocket to outer space. We pick up the count. 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0!
We're off to visit the planets. There are treats galore in the stars. Venus is loaded with candy, and ice cream is found upon Mars. The soda pump's fizzing on Saturn. When you're thirsty, it sure hits the spot. And Jupiter's really jumping with popcorn that's buttered and hot. But the best of them all is the planet, where all of these treats are at hand. And that is the spot we now head for, our theater refreshment stand.
Good evening. It's intermission time. And during the next 10 minutes, we invite you to visit our refreshment stand located in the center of the drive-in. Our service is friendly and quick. You'll find hot dogs, hamburgers, pizza, your favorite candies, hot and cold beverages, and other delicious snacks. So add to your fun of watching the movie. Visit our refreshment stand right now during our 10-minute intermission. We're glad to have you with us tonight, and we hope you'll come to see us often. It's great to get out to the movies.
Today, we're interviewing a stomach.
Hello there.
What is life like as a stomach?
Oh, boy, it was humdrum. I mean, until what's-his-name discovered Tony's Pizza.
Tony's Pizza?
Yeah, I was suffering from the pizza cravings until Tony's came along. Crispy crust and zesty sauces. Wow.
And so now... What's that?
Another pizza craving. Just thinking about Tony sets it off.
Oh, where are you going?
He's going to get a Tony's Pizza, and I follow him anywhere.
Does your stomach send you pizza craving signals? Oh, wow. Tony's, the Pizza Cravers Pizza. Available at the concession stand.
The delicious oriental treat that's out of this world for taste-tempting goodness. Light and delicious, full of tender, juicy, fresh shrimp meat. America's favorite shrimp rolls. Try Flavos. You'll say they're shrimply delicious.
Hungry? We have it. Kettle from the popper. There are other treats for you, too, such as fresh candies and ice cream. Visit the Refreshment Center now. Enjoy a delicious snack and ice-cold Coca-Cola.
Sneaking out to the drive-in? Why not take the kiddies along and save the expense of a sitter? Everyone enjoys the drive-in.
replace the speaker on its rack when you're ready to leave. Failure to do so will damage both the speaker and your car. We'll be grateful, and so will the patrons who follow you.
It's intermission. Rise and stretch time. Time to refresh yourself and visit our snack bar. Got a yen for hot popcorn? Your favorite soft drinks are sparkling cold. The juicy Frank sizzling hot. There's delicious coffee, freshly brewed, and all kinds of ice cream and candy to tempt you. Showtime will be announced loud and clear to get you back to your car in time. So stretch your legs. Come to the snack bar now.
We're now just 1 minute away from the beginning of our next feature. For your convenience, our refreshment stand will remain open after the feature begins, so you still have time to add to the fun of watching the movie. Before we begin our next feature, we'd like to remind you to replace your speaker before leaving the theater. If it is accidentally damaged, please notify someone at the refreshment stand. Again, thank you for coming out to the drive-in tonight. As you leave, please drive carefully and come back soon. Please replace the speaker on its rack when you're ready to leave. Failure to do so will damage both the speaker and your car. We'll be grateful, and so will the patrons who follow you.
Projectionist, stop the show. Here's great news you ought to know. We've just got a shipment of taste-thrilled treats, all tip-top quality and delicious eats. There are hot dogs and popcorn and candy galore. There's soft drinks and coffee and a whole lot more. So direct your steps to our refreshment stand to enjoy the finest snacks in all the land.
You have 10 minutes till showtime.
You've seen the show. It was quite a treat. But now you'd like something to eat, so right this way to the concession stand serving Castleberry's, the best in the land. Yes, sir. Castleberry's is real southern barbecue. Choice cuts of meat slowly cooked over open pits of smoldering oak coals for honest-to-goodness barbecue flavor. You'll also find hot coffee, cold soft drinks, and delicious ice cream in our snack bar to go with your Castleberry sandwich. Just look at that generous helping of rich, juicy barbecue. Yum, yum. For a real taste thrill, Castleberry's barbecue will fill the...
The next show will start in 9 minutes.
Golden, pure creamery butter, rich, flavorful, satisfying. That's what it takes for the finest buttered popcorn, and that's what we use. See for yourself why there's no Showtime treat to equal the crisp, delicious flavor of hot popcorn that's bathed in real melted butter. It's at the concession stand now.
Now listen, now listen, now listen. I'm the Dairy Queen, won't you come with me along the milkshake way? I've got lots of good surprises, fresh and yummy for you every day. There are malts and shakes and sundaes too, whenever you stop. And of course your very, very favorite, the cone with the curl on top.
You don't have to just dream about Dairy Queen. Your favorite Dairy Queen treat is a refreshing reality at your nearest Dairy Queen store.
The next show will start in 8 minutes.
Hey! They're ready, folks.
For refreshment that is great.
If it's early or it's late, it's Orange Crush. Orange Crush, the drink that's extra good.
Fresh fruit flavor.
That's for me. It tastes better.
Naturally.
Orange Crush, get some right away.
Visit our refreshment stand right away for delicious Orange Crush and all kinds of good things to eat.
Oh, the time is now, the time is here. Now's the time for a bite of cheer. A tasty light where the price is right. Well, look at here, you'll dig this sight. The moment's handy for a piece of candy. Just name your brand, they're all so grand. Hey, what do you think of a nice cool drink? Or a big box filled with a popcorn thrill? Let your taste buds meet with an ice cream treat. Refresh yourselves, it's time to eat. So come on, folks, let's join the band as we all head for the refreshment stand.
10, 9, 8, 7 minutes to go.
Let's play Dutch Treat. Da 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 da. Oh, you're it. No, I'm not. Come on. I'm it. 1, that's 2, that's 3, that's treat. 4, that's 5, that's 6, that's treat. 7, that's 8, that's 9, that's treat. That's treat chocolate drink. Oh, that's treat chocolate drink, please. That's treat drink so good. I want some. Me too. Everybody loves it. So good. It's good hot
or cold.
Mom and Dad love it. So, get Dutch Treat chocolate drink at the snack bar now.
Still plenty of time to come and be served at the refreshment center before showtime.
The next show will start in 6 minutes.
With mustard and relish, you'll guarantee mouth-watering satisfaction. And now he sips his costume on a beautiful golden bun. There's his cue to go out on stage.
He's the natural.
He's the rage. Meet this person that'll be at our refreshment counter. Treat the family.
Something different for a change? Then try the perfect refreshment. Chili Dilly, a delicious pickle treat that's spiced just right for every bite. Economical, too. There's no waste. You eat every bit of the juicy goodness of Chili Dilly. How about trying one right now? Chili Dilly, on sale at our concession stand. You'll love 'em.
You have 5 minutes till showtime.
Time for refreshment. Refreshment. For your enjoyment, there's hot, fresh popcorn, tempting, delicious hot dogs, and so many kinds of ice cream. And, of course, sparkling, delicious, ice-cold Coca-Cola for everybody at the refreshment counter now. Remember, your favorite snack will taste especially good with world-famous ice-cold Coca-Cola.
It's refreshment time, folks. Time out for a delicious snack in our sparkling refreshment building. Every item a fresh, appetizing taste treat. Fresh popcorn, delicious and crisp, with or without butter. Sizzling hot dogs, bursting with juicy goodness. Tender, tasty hamburgers with all the trimmings. French fries, crisp and golden brown. Thirst-quenching, refreshing, ice-cold.
There's plenty of time to treat yourself to something good to eat at our refreshment center.
The show begins in just 4 minutes.
And now, meet the star of our show. Symbol of a treat that quality made famous. America's most famous ice cream treat. Eskimo pie. Creamy, delicious ice cream made even more exciting with smooth, rich chocolate coating. And wearing the label of quality, known the world over. Eskimo pie, the treat you know is tops because it carries its pledge of quality right on the back of the bag. Be sure you save the bags for valuable premiums. Get famous Eskimo pie at our refreshment stand now. It's America's anytime taste treat. Finest ice cream, finest chocolate. It's delicious.
Our hamburgers are the finest. Quality beef expertly prepared for extra deliciousness. Treat yourself royally right now. What a hamburger.
The next show will start in 3 minutes.
Like you crave that corn when it's freshly bobbed, you gotta beat it to the box with the butter on the top. Get with it, man. Start.
Check, testing. Fuck it. Let's do this shit. Good morning. What's going on there, Joey? What's up, dude? I'm here. It's Monday. So, it's the movie day thing. Hi, everybody. Want to watch a movie? Let's talk for a little while. And drink coffee and smoke pot. Well, there we go. We were going to go to you're cooking a steak right now? And eggs. Excellent. Excellent. Natalie loves steak and eggs. We're kind of an old school family here. That sounds great, steak and eggs. I can't eat it, but it sounds great. I told my wife, I live vicariously through you, and she says, ¿Qué? ¿Qué palabra ese? I said, vicarious? Natalie explained it. She's like, and I said, okay, all right. It's me living my life's actions through your life's, or something. I explained it better yesterday. My daughter's like, yeah, that's it exactly. And of course now I couldn't rub two thoughts together, so there you go. But I can rub a couple of sticks together, make some fire, and light a bong. So I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna do that. Let's do that. Let's do that. Do I look old? I feel old. I feel really old. Yeah. We were gonna go out yesterday and go see my brother-in-law, my wife's brother. They're the youngest. And we never got out of town. We did this, and we did that, and we did this, and I finally was like, oh, jeez, let's just, she's like, I'm going to just call them, we're just going to go home. It's like, unless you guys still want to go on, we're like, no, we can only be there for a couple of hours, because, you know, yesterday I had so much shit to do getting caught up with the channel here. Hey, Milo. Why don't you ever stop by, Milo? So yeah. So we came home, and I finished up everything I needed to do. Did you see my latest commercial? It's pretty cool. It's pretty cool. Let me go ahead and play my my latest commercial for the week. Can I play it? Can I? Oh, it's not over here. I can't play it. You can watch it on YouTube. I could play it from YouTube, but I don't want to go there. Anyways, Holmes. So what do we have going on this week? Let's see. Today we're going to watch The Towers. It is a film about the Watts Towers in Watts, California. And the creator, and it actually has the creator and builder of the Watts Towers in this film. So that'll be neat. I actually lived in Watts, California for a brief period in my childhood. I'm gonna say I was like in the kindergarten or first grade. I was really young, and it was an unusual school in that it was a city school. It was an inner city school, and I'd never been to an inner city school before. I was used to, you know, kind of open, grassy schools, and this was all asphalt. It was a big brick of a building on a big slab of asphalt. And there was more to it than that, but basically that's what it was. It was a building on a parking lot. You couldn't run. You couldn't play, you couldn't have fun. If you ran, you get taken to the trailer on the playground, and you got to pick out a paddle, and the guy was going to whoop your ass with it for running on the playground. You weren't allowed to run, because if you ran, then you could get injured. and they couldn't send kids home with scabbed up knees and elbows and busted teeth and stuff. So they sent them home with whooped asses. All of the parents would gladly sign that corporal, they call it corporal punishment, that corporal punishment waiver. We did not. My parents did not sign that waiver. So therefore, when they pulled us out to that trailer one day to get whooped, we said, that ain't going to happen. My parents aren't going to go for that. I think my brother got whooped. And then they realized that they shouldn't ought to done that because they didn't have a voucher. Which means that if they don't have that, then he's probably not allowed to play on the playground. So Robert probably got a voucher so that he could play on the playground and not just sit in the classroom. I remember sitting in the classroom because if you don't have a waiver, then you can't play on the playground. There you go. And that's the way that worked. So yeah, in 1974, 75, I'm going to say. Something like that. We spent a little time in Watts, California. My parents ran drugs, okay? They ran drugs out of Mexico and dealt drugs in Southern California in the 1970s and a little bit in the 80s, but not as heavy as they were in the 70s. So they had a lot of friends in a lot of different places. And they had friends in Watts. And they would park our motorhome, not our motorhome, but the motorhome that we were using, in front of somebody's house. And that's where we kind of became nomadic gypsies. We would just kind of wander around, parking here and there. It was different. I didn't know any different. I mean, it is what it was. I mean, I'm not going to say it was good or bad. Most of the time it was horrible, but what are you going to do? My childhood was my childhood. I can't go back and change anything, so I just kind of deal with it and interpret my childhood the best I can. It was fucked up, man. It was fucked up shit. So that's what we're going to do today. We're also going to talk about Brave New World, the film, because I just saw that yesterday or the day before, because I wanted to get it out of the way so I could have it and discuss it. And it was great. It was great. I'll pull up the IMDb file and we'll look at some of the actors who were in it and talk about them, because it was... The whole film was really dependent not just upon the story, but the actors who were able to pull it off. The actor that pulled off the main character, Bernard Marx. And every time I see Bernard Marx, I don't see the character in the movie or the book version. I see that Bernard character from... Megamind, that stupid Megamind movie, right? And I'm not a Will Ferrell fan at all. I'm disgusted by Will Ferrell. Megamind is one of the movies that I can deal with, partly because I don't have to look at his face, his stupid face, and or his body, because his physicality is just part of his non-humor. But I like the animation and I like the story of Megamind, so I like the movie. He does do his weird, stupid shit in it, but you know, what do you do? What do you do? Anyway, when I think of Bernard, the name Bernard reminds me of that little geeky museum curator character. Anyways, Holmes, so we're going to discuss Brave New World and watch The Towers today and talk about that, and then do a little bit of Marijuana Man update and see what's been going on with that film. Did we get any progress there? I'm gonna need help. Megamind, yeah, that's a great movie. It's a fun, funny movie. Yeah, I mean, I'm not really a fan of any of the actual actors in the movie, but I love the movie. You know, it's one of the times where I can watch Will Ferrell or Brad Pitt or the governor of Alaska, Tina Fey, right? It's the only way I can watch those particular actors is in an animated movie, because otherwise they bite, they blow. Going in, cover me. Oh look, my camera is set right today. That's cool. I love it when a plan comes together. Trying to balance the right amount of water in this thing. Happens every time I clean it. I got to adjust the water. I should have got a longer stem. I think I'll pick up a longer stem, because this one doesn't quite go down, and I got to fill the water up a little bit too much. It kind of becomes a bummer. So tomorrow we're going to talk about the TV show Dragnet, because it is TV Tuesday, totally Television Tuesday. So we're going to talk about the TV show Dragnet and its beginnings on radio. So there's that. On Wednesday, we're going to discuss the radio show X-1, because it's Old Time Radio Wednesday. And we'll discuss Robert Anson Heinlein's contribution to the show. And we're going to take a look at my 1932 Philco radio. And we're going to look at it and maybe take a little bit of a part and start thinking about what we're going to do to restore it, because I'd like to strip the white enamel off of it and take it back to its wood finish. That's going to be tough. So we'll take a look at that. On Thursday, I need to pick out a new book. I've been thinking about new books. One of the books I've been thinking about is Mike Campbell's Heartbreaker. Mike Campbell was a guitar player in the Heartbreakers, Tom Petty and the Heartbreakers. So he just recently wrote an autobiography. And since I can't get an autobiography from Tom Petty, this will probably work. So we're going to do that. We're also, on that day, we're going to be listening to the latest Grateful Dead show. That show is, a show enough, is from 1980, the day before my birthday, August 19th. Now that show was suggested unknowingly by Susie, who stops by the channel occasionally to listen to Dead. It'll also be Arts and Crafts Thursday, and we may do some readings from the encyclopedia. So there you go. Friday, it's still me, the early years in Sierra Madre, California. Since we didn't really cover much on Friday, I thought we would just continue. And also we will do another segment called This Week in History, where we will do some investigations to see what happened this week in history. What was going down, clown? So that's what we've got going on this week. Right now, it is the time to wake the fuck up. So that's what we're doing. Minecraft Monday tonight. On Minecrafting Monday. Monday Minecrafting. However you want to say it. It is tonight. I will be on at 5. And I'll play Minecrafting for about an hour and a half, and listen to about an hour and a half worth of that 3-hour Dead show that we've got from Susie. Am I co-hosting this Friday? Well, gosh, I sure hope you're co-hosting. It'd be nice to have somebody to talk to about my past, so I'm not just sitting here rambling on about stuff, but have somebody to actually ask me questions and go a little back and forth. So if you want to come on and co-host, you can do a call-in, or we can do a video chat. It's up to you, whatever you feel comfortable with. I'm totally cool with it. So, yeah, let me know what you think. Let me know what your schedule says. I know we might say, yeah, let's do it. And then you get to Friday and you're like, fuck, dude, I'm so tired. I can't even stand it, man. I'm like going to bed. And that's cool, too. Whatever. You know, it's all good. I'm pretty easy. But I am ready to have someone here. Yeah. You should be on permanent vacation, all right? Everybody should. I don't know. I think it's just... if I could have followed my dream, I'd be living up in the hills somewhere in a little cabin with a greenhouse and some chickens and one of those little miniature dairy cows, right? You get like a quart a day or something, right? Wouldn't that be awesome? You know? And then just spend my days doing this with a little bit of Wi-Fi, you know, a little farming, a little gardening, a little handyman stuff, little building, little... That's where I wanted to go, you know. And then what really happens is life takes over, and you got to do this, and you got to do that. You got to be responsible, and you got to have a job, and you got to do this, follow this road and that road, and all those roads take you away from you, basically. And every road that I've taken keeps taking me away from me, right? And it's not until recently, over the last 4 or 5 years, that I've started to come back to me. I keep taking these roads that keep coming back to me. So I'm like, okay, obviously, there's something that has to be done. So yeah, I mean, a couple of years ago, I just started collecting crap. And then I've had this YouTube channel for like over 10 years. And I never did anything with it. I had big plans when I was in art school and doing all kinds of creative stuff. But I just never could do it because of work, because of responsibility, because of always being tired. And before I forget, let's do the album for the day. The album for the day is Faces. A nod is as good as a wink. And this is an old, beat-up album. I like those claymation figures there. Those are cool. So my plan is to put a link to this and to start putting links to all of the... putting links to all of the stuff that I do on my channel here. I'm going to try to link it up in the comments. So right now, I'm going to go to... I'll just kind of do this a little bit on the side here. Look at that. You dummy. Don't push that button. Oh, you pushed the button. Ah, jeez Louise. So I'm just going to keep pushing buttons here. And grabbing... I'm going to load up a bunch of links in the comments here. And I'm going to try to get into doing that so that if we're doing something here on the show, I put a link there so you can enjoy it later after the show. Go to it, put a tag on it, put a, dog ear it, put it in a playlist, save it for later, whatever you're going to do. I'm also going to add these things to the playlist, some kind of playlist, a movie playlist, a music playlist, whatever. I'll tell you what, if you'd have asked me 40 years ago, at the age of 15, if I was going to be drinking coffee and smoking pot on a worldwide medium, right? That I would have my own TV show. I'd have probably said two things. You're fucking nuts, and you're probably right. Because back then I was a pretty kooky kid, and I had already had lots of dealings with video back when video was video. I gotta heat this up. Let me load up a link. I will heat this up, and then oh, wrong keyboard. Okay. Let me see. This is Faces album. And there it is right there. View all. Okay, let's take this report playlist. No, we don't want to do that. We want to save playlist. Saved to library. Share playlist. Copy the URL. It is copied. Okay. We can go back to my channel. Go to the live video. Go to the comments. I gotta mute this. Okay, it's mute. Hey, there's my comments. Alright, come on. Hey. And paste. There it is. Alright. So there is the bada bing. There is the link to the album of the day. It was that easy. Makes me want to take a bong hit, but it was that easy. Totally. And yeah, consider it. Think about what your schedule is like for Friday. I would love to have someone to talk to on the show, let alone in real life. Boy, these girls, they don't give me the time of day. No, they're always busy. They've always got so much to do, and I'm always doing so much. I mean, yesterday when we went out and we were in the car together, I mean, that was like the first time that we really were had that much time to spend together all at once. Because in the house, we're all doing our things, and then we kind of congregate and go our ways and congregate, and we kind of always meet up all day long, but we're always doing our own thing, even at home in the house. So yeah, yesterday we were in the car for like 3 hours together. Well, cool. I just don't want to bug you at work. I don't usually contact you too much, because in the evenings is when I'm kind of doing my chilling out thing, and that's when you're working. So but yeah, we need to when you're not working and you're not scheduled to work, then I feel more comfortable taking your time, stealing you away from your life. Oh, that's right, I was going to warm up my coffee. So I'm going to warm up my coffee. I will be right back. Follow that link and save it to your playlist, because it's a doozy. I'll be right back. I'm telling you, I am pooped. I am whooped. I'm wiped. I am smeared, smudged, squeezed, squashed, eviscerated. Oi. Oi. I'm telling you, boss, I'm just tore up. Tore up from the floor up. Beat up from the feet up. Tore down from the head down. I don't know. I'm just making this shit up. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. So, yeah, I've been kind of working on my stuff here. I spent pretty much all day Saturday working on the Grateful Dead video that's 3 hours long. It takes so long because, first of all, I have to find the music. I've got to find the exact music from the exact day, but I have to find it in a downloadable form. And then I have to make sure that it's a downloadable form that I'm going to be able to use that doesn't have any copyright on. I have to get an audience recording of the Grateful Dead show. I can't get the Grateful Dead recording of the show because that's theirs and they don't want anybody to use it. They'll let you use anything else that you record of them, and they're fine with that. But you can't use anything that they've recorded for their archive. Pardon me. So, it takes a little while to find the exact date and the exact show, and I found it. And then get it in a downloadable form. I had to go through like 5 or 6 different versions of it till I found something I could download. And then I figured out how to find the exact downloadable version. So now I should be able to go and find the downloadable version of the other ones that I need to find. And then once I have it, I have to create graphics for it, which means creating a set list graphic with all of the stuff on there. And then I have to build the video. I have to drop the song in and then drop in the video weirdness that I've got playing while the song is playing. And then make sure that that works. Drop in a graphic for the song title, drop in a Grateful Dead Steal Your Face logo, do something with that logo, do something with the other elements, and try to make something new and different. Right? But keep it the same. And then once it's all finished, I have to go through and meticulously check everything. And it's real difficult because the longer the video gets, the more the computer slows down and wants to underreact to everything that you do. And then you'd like move, and then it reacts. And then you move, and then it reacts. And then you wait, and you try to do something, but it's still reacting from the first 4 or 5 movements, and then you're like, oh man. Close everything down, reboot it. And then I have to save it, and it usually will take, it took 3 hours to save, and then it took over 3 hours to load onto YouTube. I literally put it on Saturday night to load onto YouTube and let it work overnight. Because I was just like, ugh. It got through, the checks went through okay, copyrighted, and everything was good. So I'm like, all right. So we'll be listening to that tonight in part. And then we'll be listening to it again on Thursday. We'll listen to the second part of it in a week on Minecrafting Monday. And then on Thursday, we'll listen to some more of it. And then Thursday at 5, a week from this Thursday at 5 p.m., it will be available on the channel for anyone to listen to. I will probably, if Susie shows up, I'll probably send her a link or just post a link to the video before it's available. So only special people will be able to hit the link and go to it. Special. Yeah, I'm special. Anywho, yeah, I'm using a lot of CPU, but my computer's running smooth, which is good. It's just good. So eventually I'm going to come up with some little segue music video stuff. to go from this part of the show to the themed part of the show. It takes some shoehorning to get time to do this shit. I mean, I took me like hours yesterday to craft a 3-minute promo for this week's morning shows, right? And crafting that video is the most work that I've done, other than making a schedule on what I'm going to do, right? I have nothing planned for any of these days, right? I'm going to punch up the towers and we're going to talk about it. I'm going to bring up some Brave New World stuff and we'll talk about it. And we'll do a little updating on Marijuana Man. But that's as far as I just said, okay, we're going to do this. And that's my plan. Tomorrow, same thing. I'm going to dig up some TV Dragnet stuff and we'll take a look at it. And then just kind of wing it. Just play it by ear. I don't want to script anything. I don't want to write shit down. I don't even want to really make notes other than do this. Right? So there's that. And this is this. And those are those, and these are these. Right? I told we were driving down the freeway, right, and we look off, and there's a big, giant billboard, breast augmentation, like $5,000, right? And I look at my daughter, and I said, I'm going to have to do that if I lose any more weight. She just started staring at the window, trying not to show me that she's laughing. I used to jiggle a little bit, and now, look at that. I'm so skinny. Sammy's so skinny. What are you going to do, huh? You're born, you live, you die. That's all there is to it. That's all there is to it. Dog got into the trash last night. He is a little rat. There's certain things that he loves to dig into. And so I keep my trash can empty, devoid of any tissue paper, because he likes to get in and dig those and tear those, shred them up into little bitty pieces everywhere. Candy wrappers. So this morning I came in here. Actually, I came out to take a leak late at night, and he was left out here by himself. So he's at the door like, I want to come in, I want to come in. He comes in, gets into bed, and hides. Gets under the blanket. And I come in here, and there's just papers shredded everywhere. You little fucker. So what am I going to do? It's after the fact. He knows he did it. He's hiding, but I can't give him shit for it because it's got to be right there, right when it's happening, or it's pointless with the dog, right? What are you doing? What did I do? You little fucker. Yeah, last Monday we were in Hollywood at night, and we were at the Hollywood Palladium. So I thought this would be a good record because my father saw Faces at the Hollywood Palladium back in the 60s. Right? 60s, 70s, whatever. Anyway, he saw them back then. I don't see it. This album's kind of tore up, so I don't see a date on here. And I couldn't find one when I was looking the other day. Yeah. I'm not quite sure. I'm not quite sure. Huh. Yeah, is it right? And of course, it says Faces album, and it doesn't give any information about the album. It just gives the title and shows the cover. That's it. That's fucked up. That's just fucked up, man. That's fucked up. Yeah. Damn stupid crackhead. Oh wait, that's me, right? Marijuana is my crack. We all got something. I mean, some people got driving. That's their crack. They got to drive. Man, I got to drive. I got to get behind the wheel. Man, I got to drive. With some people, it's gambling. That's their crack. With some people, it's the Lord. Praise Jeebus. That's their crack, man. Everybody's got crack. You know, some people politics. Some people it's money. I got to have lots of money. Money. Some people it's booze. I need my crack. Some people crack is their crack. You know, other people sex is their crack. You can call it crack. It's craggy. All right. Some people rock climbing. That's their crack. They like to climb a crack. That's it. I mean, there's always, everybody's got something. People want to claim, nah, I ain't got nothing, and then they're just at the gym for 8 hours a day. You know, I mean, it's all good, man. Everybody's got to have something, man. It's got to have something. Just be sure you know what you're doing when you're doing it. Don't just get into it and then just go, I'm doing it because everybody else is doing it. I'm doing it because I was told to do it. I'm doing it because I don't know what else to do, so I got to follow along. Just know why you're doing it, you know. I know why I'm doing this. I'm not just, I mean, it may seem like I'm just fucking about here, but I'm not. I'm actually doing something here. Other people get on here and they're like, hey, I'm Joe Schmo, and today we're going to talk about this, and I'm going to put on a completely fake voice and a completely fake face, and you're not really going to know who I am. You're just going to know this other crap. Or people who put together videos and then have the computer talk for them. And today we are going to talk about this. This is the thing we are talking about. Remember that when we are talking about this, this is what we are talking about. And it's just, those videos kill me. I just want to come through and strangle people. But there's nobody there. Because it's a fucking video bot, right? Oh, man. So what I'm doing here is reality. I'm doing me, right? I am trying to curate my life. I am trying to share what's left of my life with what's left of the world. That's it. Yeah. It's kind of a living art exhibit / museum piece. That's what I am. I've spent the last 3 episodes of this show trying to just be me, right? And kind of let you know what I've been doing here and what I've been gathering, kind of showing you in the background my world and my life and everything. I'm going to take it further, right? And now we're going to get into show and tell. So that's what the themed portion of the show is becoming. We're going to start sharing the things in my life that make me me, right? As I look around, I just see stuff. I see Betamax videotapes, just stuff everywhere. Tapes behind me, books, TV guides, records, tapes, 8-tracks, encyclopedias. Scratching the surface here, people. Scratching the surface. So, yeah, I'm an open book. You guys can ask me anything you want. And you won't always get an honest answer, but you'll always get a creative one. Now, I'll try to be as honest as I can in this forum that we have here. I'm not perfect, nor was I raised for perfection. I'm just one screwed up guy here trying to live in this screwed up world. That's it. The one plus, well, the one plus I have is my family. That's it, my wife and my daughter. I know my daughter is going to go on and do things better than me, all right, because she's got a leg up. She can use me as an example of what not to do. All right, we don't want to do this, we don't want to do that, we don't want to do this. And that's cool. If we are going to follow Dad's footsteps, do it the right way. You know, she and I have a lot in common. Emotionally, creatively, we both collect T-shirts. We're up and running for the amount of T-shirts that we each have. Records, we both love music and collecting records. We love to shop at thrift shops. We love to, you know, if she loves something cute, it's the same cute thing that I like. It's just like that, right? She's also exactly like her mother, and it's really a great balance, and that makes me happy to know that she's got that balance, the balance that I never had, right? I didn't know my parents for shit. I knew what they wanted me to know, and so I didn't know shit. I knew a lot of bullshit. I was raised on bullshit. I was a mushroom. I was kept in the dark and fed shit. Literally and figuratively. You know, and I don't hold any grudges. You know, my parents are gone. They're both dead. Do I hate them over this? No. Am I upset? A little bit. Do things gnaw at me? Not really. I mean, I think about things and it'd be nice to know. You know, eventually I might do a DNA test between me and my brother to see if we're actually full brothers. Because there are stories. There are stories. And knowing my parents and knowing our past and everything, I can guarantee that a lot of these stories are probably true. So, yeah, this is going to be the season where I do a lot of what the hell is going on and try to figure shit out. But it's also going to be a season of sharing with you a lot of stuff here because I've got so much stuff. We're going to do a coffee cup a week. This is my Universal Studios Hollywood coffee cup. This is this week's cup. This is a recent acquire. We got it last year at Universal Studios. That was a fun trip. I'd really like to go to Disneyland. Right now they're doing a California residents $67 a day per park or per day, and then I think you have to get like a 3 or 4 day pass or something, right? But even if you do that, you get at $67. If you were to have to get like a 2-day pass, you're getting a day free because it's so expensive. So I'm really seriously thinking about how do we pull this off, right? How the hell do we pull this off? Because well, first of all, we've got dogs. We got 3 dogs. And the bummer is that I hate leaving them alone for that long. We could take off, throw a couple of pee pads, little potty pads, little things that you put on the floor for the dogs to go on. They won't use them. They won't even go, right? They won't even eat while we're gone. So we could leave them alone for, you know, get up in the morning and take off and then leave them all day and all night and come back way early the next morning, right? Which is kind of a bummer because we're gone for like almost, you know, like 18 hours or something. But that's the only way to enjoy the park. And then if you're going to get the deal, well, you got more than 1 day, right? So it's like, okay, how do you work that? Do you go and get a motel room for a couple of nights, take the dogs, and then 2 people go into the park and have fun for a couple of hours and come out, and then 2 people go into the park, have fun for a couple of hours, come out, and then all of the people and the dogs go downtown Disney and walk around, and then back to the room and swap again. You know? I don't know. I've never done that before. But the 3 dogs, they're the babies, and we can't, you know. So there's that. Do we find a babysitter? We could do that. Who do I trust to sit in my house and hang out with my dogs all day, because I wouldn't want them to take the dogs, and I wouldn't want somebody to just kind of keep coming in and out. That would be a bummer for them. But if there was somebody that they know sitting here on the couch watching TV, getting high or whatever, reading, listening to music, your mom has 2 Disney passes for you. Oh shit, like Disney World or Disneyland? Shit, Joey. You'll watch the dogs. Yeah, but then I can't take you into the park too. Right? See, that's where, if you were to come, we'd have to take the dogs and go stay at a hotel and then be able to kind of swap back and forth, right? Because I'm old and decrepit, I can't do an all-day thing at the park 2 or 3 days in a row. See, Disney World, I'd love to go to Disney World. That's been my dream, is to go spend like a month at Disney World and camp for 5 days and then stay in a room for 2 days. Camp for 5 days, stay in a room for 5 days, and then back and forth with the dogs. You camp with the dogs, then you can take them into a room that allows dogs. See, you don't want to go into the park. So that would kind of work, except that Natalie would need someone to go into the park with if you were to come. You know, that'd kind of be a thing. We'd have to go on the buddy system. So, or she'd have to bring another friend. So, yeah, we'll have to figure something out. But right now, the prices are really, really good. So I'm thinking I gotta figure something out. So even if especially if what they do is they allow you to split the days, like if you use the ticket, you've got to use it within a week. Well, then we could do something like that. Drive up one day, do one park, leave the dogs at home, and then come back a couple of days later, go do it again. Yeah. So I mean, it'd be fun if you were there, and then we could just kind of swap, you know. That would be cool. It would be nice to find somebody to sit in the room for at least a couple of hours, so that the 4 of us could go and like have a dinner or see a show or something together, right? Do a family thing. I don't know. But that'd be neat, you know. I like to try to get the most out of stuff. Before I used to just jump into shit and have fun and not even really pay too much attention to what was going on or what to remember, you know. But now to me, right now it's all about memories. It's all about crafting these really bitchin' moments in time that just stick with you. It's like when I was on antidepressants. I had no emotional responses to anything, so I didn't create any connections to anything, and therefore no memories happened. And I didn't form a lot of memories during my daughter's early years, and it pisses me off, which is why I gave it up. Just cold turkey gave it up, and basically went back to pot. You know, pot, once again, saved my life. Killing me slowly, but it saved my life. It helped me to get up and live, you know. There you go. There you are, right there in front of you. Reality, buddy. So, I've hit up Mom a couple of times about Disneyland. Of course, our work, cleaning houses and Airbnbs and that kind of shit, it changes from day to day. We're always getting updated reservations and cancellations, so our schedule is constantly changing. We have to keep it on an actual calendar on the wall in front of us, and using whiteout and colored pens for the different houses to keep track of what we're doing, because it's always changing. And yesterday we had a free day, but we had a couple of things to do around town. right? So if we've got a free day, we're trying to like get out and do something. But we never know when that free day is going to happen. We may plan for a free day and then all of a sudden somebody cancels and something else happens that overwrites everything. So, yeah, it's kind of a bummer. But it is what it is. We have kind of a laid-back, easy life. Keep the outgoing really mellow so we don't have to worry too much about the incoming because that's hard to deal with, right? So we have to be flexible. Our time is not always ours. Most weeks we have to be around all week long just because there's one little thing happening every day. And therefore we can't leave town because the thing that's happening is like right in the middle of the day. And it doesn't allow time to leave town here or leave town here. You just got to stay and deal with it. Most weeks are like that, where we don't get a chance to leave. I mean, I get to leave, and Natalie gets to leave, but that's only because she's going to the university. And I'm the driver twice a week. So, there's always something going on. That's all right. That's okay. That's okay. That's all right. Yeah. Well, let's talk a little bit about Brave New World. Brave New World is the let's see, share, copy to URL. And go back. Totally. So Brave New World is a great video adaptation, film adaptation, 3 hours long. I believe it was made for television. It seems like it's an American piece because I don't hear any English accent and I don't see any English actors. It's got Marcia Strasberg, who is the wife of Mr. Cotter on Welcome Back, Cotter. So that is Brave New World. And there is the link to Brave New World. It's 3 hours. It's really, really heavy and weird. And I love how they, in the book, they don't start where they start in the movie. The movie actually goes to starts at where they're doing like flashbacks. Like, okay, or they're telling about the past. Well, they actually start from that past and move forward so that you can actually live what they lived. And it's a great, great story. There's a lot of changes from the book. The Native Americans, they use Native Americans in the book as the savages who live in New Mexico. Right? They never say New Mexico. They just say the savage land. And they don't show one Native American. They're just savages. They're just like people fighting over scraps of food, that kind of crap. But it's, it's actually the life that they have there is better than, say, Skid Row, right? So it's also the sexuality training for the young ones, the kids, which is unusual in itself. The concept in the book is pretty heavy. So I was like, how are they going to deal with this? And basically it's one quick scene where they talk about erotic training or something with the kids, and they show boys and girls paired up, right? And they're all paired up, all right, spread out in this room, and there are these little partition walls in front of each pair of children. And the camera, and then there's the savage and the guy who's Bernard, who's showing the savage what's going on, and they zoom in as they're talking about it. And the boys and girls, they just stand there looking at each other as they zoom in, and they never say what the boys and girls are doing. They just kind of allude to the fact that they're being trained through erotic play. Don't know what that means, but they also play a game all the time called Hunt the Zipper, Find the Zipper or something, and that's kind of weird. So there's a lot of weird innuendo in the book that they leave as innuendo. They just kind of allude to stuff. The ending, I won't give away the ending, but it very, very similar in the book as in the film. Now, one of the things that I found very interesting was the use of color. All right, because in the book they use only white people as alphas and betas, and I believe deltas as well, but gammas and epsilons are all black. And that kind of puzzled me. But when you look at the film, the TV adaptation, people of all color populate both or all three hierarchies, the alphas, the betas, and the deltas, right? But the gammas and the epsilons, they are these little troll-looking, grayish-colored skin with dark bags under their eyes. They look like, what are those little druid-like creatures? What movie is it'll come to me at some point. But they're just these horrible little creatures that all look alike, right? Because the lower in, how about the sigmas, right? They don't go any lower than the epsilons, I believe, and that's it. But yeah, the lower you go, the less intelligent you are. And because they're dealing with a lower intelligence, they don't have to worry so much about the breeding and the raising. The alphas and the betas really pretty much get to spend as much time in a simulated womb as normal humans. But as you go further down the class, the social ladder, you spend less time in an artificial womb, and you could more than likely be one of many twins. A Brokansky group is where they actually have like a bunch of grapes, all right? And you've got all of these grapes hanging off of this one bunch. That's pretty much how they raise the epsilons, right? Because, so there's like 80 twins in one bunch, right? That's crazy. That's just fucking crazy. So you'll be like standing there, and there's a scene that plays better in the book, where he's with his mother in the hospital, and he's surrounded by these little epsilon creature things, and they all look alike, and they've all got the same face and the same expression and the same little questioning, and they're there for death training, right? Because everybody gets programmed to accept death, and that death is cool and death is fun, and everybody gets to die, yay. So they're there to watch and asking questions. What's wrong with her? Why is she old? Why is she ugly? Why is this? Why is she, and he freaks out, right? How dare you? And of course, screws up their death training. But it's really heavy. You know, the fact that they raise all of those. So what's the future of mankind? I mean, what are we going to be doing? Are we going to be raising humans, and are we going to stop raising humans completely? Are we going to be raising them for food? Are we food? Are we food for some creature out there? A couple of creatures come here and harvest us every once in a while? The missing people on the planet, are they just those that have been harvested? I don't know, man. There's some heavy shit going on, I'm telling you. But yeah, so a Brakansky group, I believe is what it was called, is just a chain of twins. That's just this huge bunch of frickin' fertilized embryos that are just ready to grow, you know. And then they stunt them with alcohol to keep them stupid while they're little tiny fetuses and shit. They're injecting them with alcohol. When they're babies, actual babies, they put them into rooms and put flowers and pretty stuff over here, and then put sad, boring, dreary stuff over here. And then when all the kids go over to the exciting, fun, beautiful stuff, they zap the hell out of them with electricity. And they do this like hundreds of times while they're infants, to program to stay away from beautiful stuff. So they don't want to go outside. They don't want to do this. They don't want to do that. All they want to do is conform. It's really a horrible... But if you think about it, we do the same kind of programming. We just do it without the electricity most of the time, right? They really hit it on the nose with a lot of stuff. It's just, of course, it's science fiction. It's fantasy, so he takes it a step further. But, man, sheesh. The soma, the whole idea of soma is crazy. Soma's the answer for everything, you know. So people are just constantly popping these pills, you know. Of course, if you stay on soma too much, too much of it will eventually lead to an early demise. But that's okay, because death is okay. We all die, and it's just really heavy. It's a crazy, man, crazy. I've got a list here of, oh, here we go, the towers. So let me look up this movie here. And I will go ahead and, well, let me go ahead and put a, hello. There it is. Let me pull up this movie. Okay. See if I can find my own film here. Hello? 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 Oh. I can't even... Hey, there it is. Oh, wait. That's this morning. Yep, that's me. I'm looking at myself, That's heavy. But where is the other of the towers? Hello? Hello? Come on, it's got to be here somewhere. It's, oh man. Boy. Okay, it should be right at the beginning here, but it's not. Because it's not. Okay. So let's go back to my channel. And search on my channel. Oh. God, I hate when I use the wrong keyboard. Too many keyboards, right? that is the towers. There's that. All right. So, I guess I should dig this film up now. And we got here educational films uploaded. There's that. Take a second for that to boot, because that computer runs slow. Gotta get a new computer. What I need is to have my graphics computer here in front of me on the desk, so that I can use it during the show to do stuff, and not have to pretty much face away from the camera, right? Okay. Let's get down to the towers. Hey, there it is. All right. So, I guess whenever we're ready, we can boot this one up. It's 12 minutes long. And like I said, I spent a little time living in Watts. And one of the things I remember the most about going to see the towers was that because we had just gotten enrolled in this school and we were late, and my parents were like, oh my gosh, it's school time, and the kids are like not in school. So they ran us down and chucked us off at the school, and the school said, yeah, you need to get these guys immunized. What the hell? These little rodents need shots. So they said, all right, we're going to McDonald's. And we're like, yay, we're going to McDonald's. So they took us to McDonald's, and then we got shots. And then we went to the Watts Towers. And I remember getting shots, but they also gave us this stuff in your mouth, these drops for something. I don't know, fucking rubella or something, I don't know. But typhoid. But these drops made me fucking sick as hell. I just puked my guts out. So thanks to McDonald's, that was a fun experience. McDonald's fries coming back up. So it was a horrible experience because we never got to go out to McDonald's. And then I get to go out to McDonald's and eat, but then I can't enjoy it because I got to throw it up. So it was kind of a horrible experience. So going to the Watts Towers was kind of a drag. It was like, yeah, this is fucked up, man. They're just lying to us. They only took us out to McDonald's because they were going to give us shots, and they wanted to trick us into getting shots. So they rewarded us, and it was like one of those whole, wrong ways to parent kind of things. That happened a lot. And I never knew that until I started to see other parents and how other parents were raising their kids. And I'm thinking, well, there's something wrong here. There's something different. How come these kids have no clue what I'm talking about? And I got no clue what they're talking about. What do you mean? What's a dresser? What are drawers, right? Yeah, toy box. What's a toy box? A lot of weird things that what's a Lego? I didn't know what a Lego was until I was, almost in junior high. I mean, I was the one in the family who was known for keeping himself occupied with anything. I would take stuff and make my own little toys and world because there was nothing. There wasn't shit. And if I did get something, I couldn't get attached to it because it was probably going to wind up in storage or in the trash or get left behind, or clothing especially. Just wind up in a huge pile somewhere. So I got over that. Anyway, so at this point, we're going to start the towers. This is from 1957. All right, so this is about 5 or 6 years before I was to know about the Watts Towers. So yeah, let's go ahead and do that. And where are we? We're right here. Come on, baby. Here we go.
The little community of Watts clings to the outer edge of the city of Los Angeles. A scattered collection of shacks, trailers, and weather-beaten bungalows.
I grew up like this. Just like that. In shacks and bungalows. Most of the time. Of course,
flat and impoverished.
My siblings would probably beg to differ.
It is the last place on earth to look for the extraordinary or for the shadow of greatness.
I'm going to heat up my coffee.
The people of the town have long wondered about Simon Rodilla. Simon Rodilla, tile setter by trade, Italian-born, American for half a century, builder of defiant towers.
What did they introduce him? Did I miss him? Somebody rewind this.
I built the tower myself, and I got it ahead in my mind. I know I want to do something. I say, I'm going to do something. I'm going to do something. I'm going to do something.
Me too. That's why I'm on YouTube. I kept saying I was going to do
For
something.
30 years, a man lives alone in a house with a bed, a chair, a table.
Nice fireplace, dude.
With the music and the faded symbols of a time when he was young.
Wow.
There was something else in the house. A dream of vast structures. For 30 years, every day, every moment outside his work for a living, in the light and in the darkness, Simon Rodilla labored to express the dream.
Simon Rodilla.
With seashells, broken bottles, pebbles, shattered tiles, with the discarded, the unwanted, the useless, with the debris of a machine-ridden civilization he avoided. He gave color and texture and vitality to the towers.
That's awesome.
As they arose out of his inner necessity. With steel girders, with wire mesh, with concrete, with a bucket, a shovel, a hammer, a chisel, and with his two hands, Simon Rodilla built, inch by inch, the huge and complex structures that look down from their heights upon the plain.
Dude. By himself, all of that shit. That's so fucking amazing.
As the towers became a part of the landscape, the neighbors living under their shadow were sometimes doubtful, sometimes tolerant, often bewildered.
I don't know what it is myself.
You should feel honored.
I've often wondered what it was.
There's rumors about what this might have been. Some people thought that during the time of war it might have been a secret radio tower.
It was just a work of art of an individual, don't you think? The gentleman that made it here, I remember about almost 10 years ago, he was still working on it. So it's a piece of artistry of his, and
Hey, good night, Joey. Take it easy, brother.
Material here and there.
All right, man. See you later.
To make a pretty
Think about what
scenery,
you want to
I
do on Friday, man. We'll work it out
So
later.
people would come and you could make that place famous around here, anyhow.
I'll make you famous.
Well, my estimation about it, don't many people seem to know anything about it.
That's beautiful.
Because I lived here since 1940, and I didn't know anything about it in 2 blocks of it. I was on May Avenue, and didn't even know nothing about it. I'd almost passed and seen it.
It was believed that Tokyo Rose was born here. And they said, well, she was born in what? And most likely she was born here.
What? Tokyo Rose? What the hell does that have to do with it?
Simon Rodilla listened
sounds like a bunch
patiently
of- Who is
to
that
everything
guy?
that was said. Then he continued his work,
Radio
unchanged, undisturbed.
Tokyo Rose.
Some of my people, they say, what is he doing? Or some other people that they thinking I was crazy. And
Yeah, co-host Friday
some
in person.
people that they say he's going to do something.
If you're going to want
As
to be
he
on
was
video.
climbing his towers, his mind often turned to the past. He had a deep respect for men like Galileo, Michelangelo, Marco Polo, Columbus, martyrs, builders, explorers, men of stature. He hoped that in some way his work was related to their tradition.
Yep.
Yet he sought nothing for himself. He was content to think of great men and to build in the direction of the sun. He was undistracted by the great devices and disasters of his era. Radio, television, radar, electronics, the blinding atom flashed across the modern scene. He went on bending steel into girders. All that he wanted to do could be done
Using
with
the
simplest of
railroad tracks
tools
to do it.
and with his hands.
Look at this.
It began in the man, a stranger in a new country. He was untrained, unskilled, but he had an urgent need for expression. The elements worked together, driven by a sense of dedication. And slowly the formless became ordered. The wire mesh and the concrete welded the separate parts. The circles of steel embraced the supporting girders. The scattered objects emerged as design.
I bet a lot of these little things on top have been stolen and broken and have just fallen off. Those whole bottles sitting on top have probably been smashed. A couple of those whole vases. You know, vandals.
Yeah, I did all by myself. I never had a single helper. One thing I couldn't hire any helper. I don't have no money. Not a thing. If I hire a man, he don't know what to do. A million a time, I don't know what to do myself. I was wake up all night. Because this was all of my own idea.
Common man with a
The tall
fantastic
bell
dream.
towers of Italy, recalled from childhood, maybe here. And the minarets and all distant places of worship. And the gilded domes dozing in hot jungles. And high, cold, aspiring Gothic cathedrals. And all man's slow, tormented, enduring steps toward some light undefined.
Who wrote this crap? Man, that is just crazy.
The builder signed his work with the imprint of his tools and with his initials.
Wow.
His eyes were now lit with the quiet pride of the craftsman. I had it in my mind to do something big, and I did, said Simon Rodilla.
Wow. Well, The Towers from 1957, educational film about the Watts Towers. Simon Rodilla. I'll have to investigate a little bit about that guy. Very interesting character. I mean, he was just a regular old average guy. And he built this huge, amazing set of towers right in the heart of the neighborhoods in Watts. I remember going through there in the 70s and 80s and seeing it after that horrible experience where we were taken to be vaccinated, and then I couldn't keep my food down. I also remember hearing a story of in the 70s or 80s or something that they had decided to just get rid of it. They wanted to pull it down. They decided that it was nice and everything. But it was unsafe. And they thought that if there was an earthquake or something, that thing was going to come down and it was going to topple over a bunch of houses. And the people living directly beneath it were like, "Oh my God, that thing's going to come down," right? So the story goes that they tried to bring it down with a wrecking ball or giant machines to pull it down, and they could not. They couldn't get the damn thing to budge. So they decided, well, if we can't move it, an earthquake ain't going to bring it down, and they decided to leave it. So it still sits there today. It stands there in the heart of Watts, California. Great piece of art. I don't know what it looks like today. I guess we could let me get back here to my morning stuff there. Let's see. Yeah. All right, let's go here and look at. Oh, God, I hate it when I use the wrong computer. It just messes me up. One day I'm going to cancel my frickin' live stream here, hitting the wrong button. All right. Okay. Watts Towers. Let's do that. Let's put this keyboard up here, bring this one down, because we are not using this keyboard during the live show. There. Problem solved. Images. Image. Oh, jeez. Can I just, no. All right, well, let's just forego that. And let's just find out a little bit about the towers. The towers. We got the Watts Towers of Simon Rodea. Simon Rodea. So it's not Rodilla. Or Nuestro Pueblo. Our town in Spanish. All right. Simon Sabato. So he was born in 1879 or 1886. We don't know. And he lived to 1965. So this documentary was done about 8 years before he died. So that's cool. And let's see, where did he come from? Italian immigrant, construction worker, and tile mason. It took him 33 years, from 1921 to 1954. And the tallest tower is 99.5 feet, almost 100 feet tall. If he'd have just capped it with something long and pointier. Let's see. He's from Serino, Italy. 1895, at age 17, he immigrated to the United States with his brother. And they lived in Pennsylvania, moved to Seattle, moved to Oakland, California, then to Long Beach. Finally in Watts, he moved there. And he worked on the UC Berkeley campus. Eastern Star Home, which is a, built in 1931, 1936. It operated as a home. Wow. There you go. Let's see. And he works at the Bullocks Wilshire building. There you go. So, why did he build it? He built it because he wanted to build something. He wanted to do something big. Like I guess every human is drawn to do something, right? Most of us just do what we're told because we've been programmed to just put our heads down and go to work and earn that money and be that slave, you know. And we're all slaves to one thing or another, you know. At this point, I'm a slave to this show. But it's by choice. And it's not... It's reciprocal. I do this because I have to do this. I have to. Yeah, because I need to do something. I need to create something big, leave something behind. So that's why I'm here. I'm going to heat up my coffee. So don't go anywhere. I will leave you the sounds of me getting my coffee warmed up. So I'll be right back. So, yeah, let's talk. Let's have some coffee talk. Yeah, so normally about this time the sun would be poking through this window here, but I pulled the blind down because yeah, you wouldn't be able to see the record sitting here. Let's see, we could go to camera 1 and you can see my room here. It's not too bad of a disaster. I haven't cleaned up yet, so it's still kind of running amok in here. No worries. No worries. So Simon Rodia, who built the Watts Towers, reminds me an awful lot of a local artist we have out here by the name of Noah Purfoy. So his outdoor exhibit area is just up the street. I mean, it's literally a few blocks down the road. Take us, 5 minutes to drive over there. And that's pretty cool. In fact, behind the Noah Purfoy Museum is one of those big round UFO houses that it's just a big giant, what do you call it, saucer. And it's big and it's kind of orange red and it's got the little round windows all over it, and it literally looks like a spaceship, and then it's up on pedestals, it's up on these legs, and then it's got a ladder that goes right up into the middle of it. So it totally looks like, and there was a bunch of those built, and there was a neighborhood created somewhere a long time ago. And let me see if I can find that, right? Because that'd be heavy, man. Flying, wrong one again. Flying, oh wait, I'm on the right one. See? Saucer house. Let's see what we got. Okay, let me grab some images here. Yep, and there it is, out in Joshua Tree. View image, and just show me the picture full screen. That's all I want to do is see it full screen. Boy. View image. Okay. There we go. So this is the house out in Joshua Tree that you can see from the Noah Purfoy Museum, and that is that. And that's the ticket, Cricket. Here you go. Lots to see in Joshua Tree, I'm telling you. Let's see. Movie. It's movie day. Any movie questions? Anyone? Fine, I'm going to drink coffee, smoke some more doobage. Fun on a bun. I get the impression that people think that I'm anti-religion, and I'm not. It's just that religion and ignorance don't work well together. That's my only point. All right. Usually, religious organizations thrive on the ignorant. And that's unfortunate. because I think spirituality and religion should be very important to people, but it should be be more about seeking and understanding rather than having, whether they're truth or not, false truths probably thrown at you and as doctrine, and you have to believe this. Why? Because I say you do. And that's kind of the way I was raised. Well, wasn't raised, but I grew up under those conditions where my grandparents were like that. Do as I say, not as I do. You believe it because I tell you to believe it, and that kind of shit. And that's kind of where I see most people when it comes to religion. And and this is just one man's opinion. Don't shoot somebody for having a thought in their head, because I enjoy the fact that everybody's different and everybody has different ideas and different views of the world and of life. So I don't hold anything against anybody. If you're religious and you're that's you. That's fine. If that's what you want, that's what you need, that's what you crave, that's your crack, whatever. Go for it. Do it. I just urge you to use your head and think about stuff, and don't just go in and then go home. If you're going to be in church, be there fully. Read the text, read the literature, read whatever's going on, investigate, ask questions, talk to people. There's more than one book, then read the other books. If there are people discussing those books, read those books. Jesus didn't write an autobiography, but there's been a million of people who have written about Jesus, so figure it out, whether there was or wasn't, whether Jesus was Jesus or a character created from a few different characters, which is the more likely story to be true, that Jesus was just a conglomeration of different historical figures from way back. And they created this character to help guide people, right? Which ultimately, that's what I see the book, the religious text being, how-to manuals on how to be good humans. Of course, the kings and rulers and stuff would take it a step further and say, "Hey, put me in that book, and make me the representative of God. Yeah, that's it. I'm God's representative here on earth because I'm a king. Yeah. My bloodline is royal, but it's also connected to God. Yeah." So we let kings get away with a lot of shit because they'd say, "Hey, I'm God's representative," and then we just let them do whatever the fuck they want. Gosh, check him out. So. Did we just elect God's representative on earth? He would like us to think so. But there you go. There's that. I honestly don't want to get into it. I don't get into politics or political figures and all that shit. It's all a bunch of crap. So I don't buy into it. So I shouldn't even give it the time of day. So, adios. I'll just look at the photograph here of my beautiful secretary and her bare breasts. Shh. I can say that. I'm a booby guy. It's okay. Let's see. If you get a chance, check out the the links that I posted this morning. Yeah, the first link is the album of the day, Not As Good As a Wink. The second is Brave New World. Watch that, and The Towers, the one we just watched. So there you go. Share it, like it, enjoy it, love it, watch it, pass it along to a friend. Totally. I've noticed since I started posting in the description in the morning a little bit about what we're doing, we're getting more bites on the show. Whether it's usually after the fact, because nobody in this country, in my area, nobody's awake, and if they're awake, they're getting ready to go to work and that kind of stuff. And around the rest of the country, same thing. People are either getting ready for work or are at work or are driving or something like that. So I picked this time of the day specifically to avoid traffic. I didn't want a lot of people bombarding this channel all at once in the morning. And, you know, thankfully, I got my wish. Nobody comes to the channel. I get a couple of people. Joey shows up just about every day, and I get a few other people that pop by occasionally, say hi, see what's going on. So, there you go. There you go. What do we got here? We got just about 15 minutes or so left, so I'm going to continue to do what I like to do in the mornings, and that is a little bit of this and a little bit of that. There you go. Alrighty. I have no idea what's going on today. I try not to worry about it because if I know what's going on, then there's that anticipation, and then there's that oh man, I got to do this, I got to do that, I gotta. So I've tried to leave all of that behind with I got to go to work, I gotta do this, I gotta do that, I gotta be at work, I gotta think about work, I gotta go home and think about work, I can't sleep because I'm thinking about work. I tried to leave all of that shit behind. So now it's pretty much my show. So I try not to let that rule my life. It's like, okay, I'm going to put some time in it, and then I'm going to forget about it. And then I'm going to put some time in it, and then forget about it. And then there's that. That's how that works. So, yeah. Totally. Totally. Yeah. I was thinking I was going to say something, but I didn't get nothing to say. I got nothing to say. Nobody wants to hear it anyway. So, yeah, Noah Purfoy Museum is right out here. When Joey comes out, I'll have to take him over there. There's a lot of stuff to see out here. It's not just the park. There's so much going on. We drove out to Pioneer Town yesterday to take care of a little business, and as we were driving into town, it was like, oh my gosh, there's so many cars. And it was. The whole place, the whole town was packed. And basically, it's a bunch of old movie front, old West Town buildings with little shacks built off the back now so people could have little shops, right? There's a bar, a couple of bars, restaurants, an old motel, and a bowling alley, and a barn, and a few other facilities that were built. The motel, the barn, the bowling alley. These were all built by so Roy Rogers, Gene Autry. I do not recall. Let's see. Let's do Pioneer Town. And see what this says. Uh-huh. Dick Curtis started up the town in '46 as an 1880s themed motion picture set. Roy Rogers and Gene Autry. Pioneer Bowl was built by Roy Rogers for his crew to have something to do, because back then in the what year was this? So in the 40s, in the 40s and 50s, there still wasn't much out here. There was barely anything in Palm Springs. They couldn't be there in the town to shoot and make movies and then drive all the way back down a rickety dirt road all the way down into Palm Springs. So they decided to build a little motel and build a bowling alley and a barn to do soundstage stuff. So they never had to leave. Once they came out there, they could stay there. They had a place to go drink and bowl and hang out and carouse, and they'd sit and play guitars and stuff. And that was that little town. And it's still out there. And they've reactivated the bowling alley. There's a Pappy and Harriet's is right there. And they have live music almost every night. In fact, they were getting ready for a show when we were out there. They always do the Old West shootout stuff. It's just a great little, like living art exhibit, living film studio. I don't think that they do any hardcore filming out there anymore, because it's pretty basic and it's just a tourist trap, basically. But it's a great piece of Old West film history. It's really cool. It's totally cool. So check that out. Totally. So Marijuana Man update before we go. I am for sure and for certain that the DEA agent in the film Marijuana Man is Hector Elizondo, the actor. And I'm having a hard time trying to find a way to contact Mr. Elizondo, who is in his 80s or 90s or something. He's an old dude. And I would just want to put the question to him, is that you? How did you get involved? And do you recall any of the other names of people who were in that? And what were your experiences? You know, what was the deal? Did you have any other involvement other than that stuff that you filmed? You know, were you there during the whole thing? Did you direct? Did you help write? Were you creative in any way? I don't know. I would just kind of want to pick his brain about it. So if there's anybody out there who knows how to get in touch with Hector Elizondo, the actor, please let me know. And I'm just a crazy old weird bearded guy with, you know, old guy questions about, you know, one of my favorite artsy educational film things, whatever you want to call it. I call them educational films. Everything is an educational film to me. If you're not learning, you're wasting time. Yeah. So, speaking of wasting time, let me do a bong hit here. I am Marijuana Man. Okay, so tomorrow we're going to talk about Dragnet, the TV show, Jack Webb, how it spawned from the radio into television, and then what happened to Dragnet after Dragnet, what became of Dragnet, and they created a production company, and Jack Webb's production company created and produced a lot of shows, so we'll get into that. And we'll have another album of the day tomorrow. Wednesday, we're going to talk about X-1, Robert Anson Heinlein and his contributions to the show. And we're also going to talk about my 1932 Philco radio, and I'm going to pull it over here and some tools, and we're going to open it up and take a look at it right here. All right? That'll be fun. Thursday, I need to pick out a new book to read. So we'll talk about that. It'll be Arts and Crafts Day, so we are going to do something artsy and craftsy. Who knows what we'll do? It could be anything. So I've got boxes. I have actual boxes themed for each day, so that I can fill this box full of stuff and then bring it to you daily. Each box, individual daily box, and share with you what's in the box. And we can have show and tell. So we'll get into that more and more as we go along. Right now I've just finished creating the boxes, so now I'm going to start filling them full of items that pertain to each themed day. So who knows what we'll pull out. We'll also do some readings from the encyclopedia on Thursday if we have time. Friday, we're going to continue to discuss me, the early years living in Sierra Madre, California, and before that, and the things we did in that time period. And we're going to talk about this week in history. We're going to pull up some facts and figures about what was going on in the world this week. And I hope to have a co-host for Friday's shows. And I'm hoping that my co-host will be Joey, one of my very special friends and viewers here on the show. He's always here every day viewing the show, even if he's only here for a few minutes. And because he doesn't work on Fridays, I believe, or so I am to understand, I'm hoping that he can fit the bill and be with me on Fridays as a co-host. Mainly because I'm going to be talking about myself and my life, and it would be great to have somebody here, whether on phone or on video, to have a little rebuttal. Somebody who can ask me questions and talk about stuff, and that's gonna help to give us a little better show. So that's a great day to have a co-host, because I've got lots of photographs as well from my childhood. So we can get into that, and I can share those photographs and those stories, and I'll have somebody to pick my brain and ask me things, you know. And it'll be unscripted, so who knows what he'll ask and who knows what I'll say, right? That's just going to be some awesome stuff. I better cue up my show's ending. There we go. All right, well, looks like I got time for some more coffee and another bong in here before we go. Now, most importantly, remember to tune in tonight at 5 p.m. for Minecrafting Monday, or Monday Minecrafting, or whatever the hell it's called. And we're going to listen to some more Grateful Dead. We've got a Grateful Dead show from 1980. That should be awesome. I haven't had a chance to listen to it in its entirety. I have only had a chance to build the music video so that we can enjoy it. So it does, from what I've heard, it's pretty awesome. Pretty awesome. 1980. We're just looking at about, a little over a decade from their early Grateful Dead stuff. So that's pretty cool. And I believe it is before Jerry Garcia's coma. And we can get a little bit more into that later. And hopefully I can get, when this show is completely loaded up, and we're going to watch it, because I loaded the show, and it's going to be available on, I think, the 16th of April. We're going to use it on Minecrafting for 2 nights, and we're going to use it for a couple of Thursday morning show episodes. So we've got some background music, right? But after that, it's going to be available to view. And I'm hoping that at some point during one of these shows on Thursday, when we're listening to it, I can get Susie to stop by because the show's for her, and I'm hoping that she'll stop by and have some insight to the show. And if she comes by at some point or I get a chance, I will forward her the link so she can enjoy it ahead of time in its entirety, and then maybe put together some thoughts about it. So I'd love to get Susie on the show to talk to me about it, because it was her first show. So I want to know everything: how old she was, where she was living at the time, who she was with, why she was there, everything. Every single thing about that experience I want to know. So there you go. So it's possible I can get her here at some point, whether it be audio or video. I really hope this season allows me the opportunity to have special guests on the show live, just out of the blue, or set something up, At some point, I'm going to have it set up so that people can call in or shoot me a video chat during the show to say hi. So hopefully that will become more of a regular thing. All right, people, I am going to head on out of here because I must. Until then, everybody, as usual, take care of each other. Be kind to each other. Spread peace and love, not bullshit. Do something for yourself out there. But, shit. But as well, do something for yourself, but do something for somebody else, because we can. And it's important to take care of each other out there. All right, people. I will see you on the flip-flop. Until then, most especially, stay weird, because if you ain't weird, ain't nobody gonna be weird for you. All right, love you, people. Adios. Thank you for stopping by. I hope you enjoyed the show. I certainly did. I will see you this evening for Minecrafting with the Grateful Dead and Crazy Old Weird Bearded Guy. All right, people, take care. Love you. Adios. Go on. Get out of here. Go on. Beat it.